for joining me today for Success Made Simple. I am so excited about this series of videos because it's the practical application of how to discover your purpose. If you've been listening to me or watching me for any period of time, you know that my life changed the day that I was driving down a hill and I realized that my life was not meant to be a series of ups and downs based on my performance in my job, but it was actually to be an adventure with God to unlock my purpose and unleash my destiny. Once I realized how God created me, the way He wanted me to flow with my gifts and talents, and how to apply that in every area of my life, it became a lot less about me, Karen Conrad, and a lot more about being fulfilled, knowing that I was going through and fulfilling God's purpose and destiny for my life. So if you are either trying to discover your purpose, or maybe you're somebody that is just feeling like you're just going through life really with ups and downs, or even mundane, just like, why am I here? God, why have you created me and what do you want me to accomplish? Then this series is definitely for you. So I've got something called a Discover Your Purpose evaluation form that's out on my website completely free of charge. So what I encourage you to do is pause this video, go to KarenConrad.net, go to my free downloads and download the Discover Your Purpose test, and then come back and start this video. And I'm going to take you through each question. And by the end of this series of videos, I'm confident that you're going to have a great understanding of how God designed you, what your purpose is, and more importantly, it's going to release you or unleash your destiny. Okay, so I'm feeling like you've got your template, you're ready to go, and let's go into question 1. It says this: when you look back over the years, what activities or jobs were you doing when you felt the most alive and successful? This is a really interesting question because it's not asking us what other people felt we did well. It's saying, what did we on the inside feel that we were most alive and most successful? So when you look back over the years of your life, it might even been something that you did when you were a child or a teenager or at a young age, or maybe something that you find yourself doing today that helps you to feel really alive and successful. Now, when I look back over my career, I was in banking for 25 years, and I had a lot of days where it just, my mood or how successful I felt actually depended upon what other people thought of me, which was not a fun place to be. So when I grabbed hold of this and I looked back on my years, I realized that where I felt the most alive and successful was when I was presented with a challenge or presented with an opportunity to create or start something new in the organization, or take something that had multiple facets to it and build something that actually produced a result. So today I realize that I'm really created to bring vision to reality. Back then in banking, I didn't understand that. All I knew was when I was given a new project or something to work on, that I was able to bring people together. I was able to hear what the result was that was desired and start to build the steps to bring that vision to reality. I felt really alive. I can also look back and realize that when there were times in my career where maybe that wasn't being fulfilled, I would actually find outlets to spend time on without even realizing what was going on that made me feel alive and successful. Let me give you an example. When we lived in Prior Lake, Minnesota, Levi was really young. He was about 2 or 3 years old. And I was working at a bank, and it was great. I worked at banking for a long time. My dad was in banking, so I just thought that's what I'm to do, is to be in banking. But all at once, I started to realize that I needed a creative outlet. So when I look back on it, I realized that whatever was going on in my job, it wasn't really making me feel alive or even very successful. But I knew to be responsible, I needed to keep my job. But I ended up carving out this business where my sister-in-law and I would make birdhouses. We would make Christmas type things. My husband would cut out wood things and I would paint it. And what I found is that I would work all day. We would have dinner. I would put Levi to bed and I would be up until 1 or 2 in the morning painting things, drawing things out, creating things that looked beautiful. And you would think I would wake up the next morning being completely exhausted. But in reality, I would still wake up, even short of sleep, feeling energized, because what was happening is I was creating or finding a way to take that vision that I was seeing and bringing it to reality. So do you see how that works? So I want you to think back at a time in your life, or maybe it's something you're doing now, that you're working on and you feel alive and successful, and write that down on this document. Okay, join me tomorrow as we go into step 2 of the Discover Your Purpose evaluation.